What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. Today's going to be a very quick episode because we actually have a huge storm brewing. They actually said we have the potential for tornadoes, which I don't love to hear that, but it means we got some big stuff brewing. And it's a cold front meeting a warm front, which never is good. So we're having some big storms, big winds, and I only have a little bit of time to get this video done before it hits. So I got about 10 minutes, so I figured, what do I have to do in 10 minutes? A garden tour. It's about all the time I have. So I'm gonna just fly you guys around, show you everything that is growing in our garden, and like I said, we're just gonna knock this one out before the storm comes, because when it comes, it's gonna be crazy. So let's go. So starting off right here, this is our problem spot in our garden. This is what we really want to work on in the next couple weeks. This is our oregano mess. We've talked about this before. This has been the subject of many videos on, plants that you really should be careful of and watch, watch their growth habits. Maybe don't plant them in the garden, maybe put them in pots. This is why. This is an absolute mess right here. It looks great. It's very, very healthy, but it's just choking out a lot of this bed. It's starting to spread its seeds and spread into the mulch here. We have more oregano back in the grass back there by our orchard. So it's just getting to be really, really messy, and I want to make sure that I get this under control. So we're going to be spending about 1 or 2 weeks really digging out a lot of this oregano, and we'll obviously use a lot of it. We'll dry some of it, stuff like that, but we've got to clean this bed up. But this bed's going nuts. We also have over here, we have some, this is some Acorn Squash. Now this is a vining variety of Acorn Squash, and I like vining varieties if I can keep the vines going into like the yard. So when we were looking at, do we want to plant a bush variety or a vining variety, I said, well, we've done bush varieties of Acorn Squash, but they don't yield as much. So let's just plant them in this bed, let them go that way, let them go crazy. And we planted them with a bunch of cucumbers that we're also going to kind of let go crazy over that way. And so I said, as long as they're vining into the yard, they're not a problem. So we're going to take these vines, pick them up, move them that way, and that way they're growing out into the yard, and that way they're not going to be going, kind of coming into the garden. It is starting to rain, so I got to fly here. My goodness, it's coming fast. So hey, here's the 2 strawberry beds. We just planted these out, so if they look a little sad, that's why. It's the first year we planted them, so it's going to take about a year or 2 for them to get established. But I am very pleased with, I'm very, very pleased with how they're looking so far. Here we have our onion seed saving project. These are bunching onions. We actually are going to be saving all these for seed production, and so these are looking awesome. But I absolutely love these heads. They're looking amazing. Now we also have some zucchinis over here. The zucchinis are going absolutely freaking crazy this year. I think this is gonna be a record year for zucchinis, and it also is a year we planted the most amount of zucchinis. So we've got a dark green zucchini here, absolutely beautiful. We have another dark green zucchini here, more coming on. You can see we're gonna be harvesting zucchinis very, very soon. We already actually picked 2 of them. We have some golden zucchini. Look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. That is amazing. We got some more dark green zucchini over here and some more over there. Same story, 1 or 2 per plant, with that one being the exception of like 7 on that plant. We got some beautiful thyme here. We got some cucumbers starting to grow up our caterpillar trellises. The cucumbers are, they're just starting out, but they're gonna be rocking and rolling really soon. Our basil, looking a little worse for wear. It's just been so hot and so dry that we really have struggled with plant stress. But we also have over here, we've got a eggplant that we had left over, and I said, where are we gonna put it? Well, let's put it right there. So coming over here, we got our tomato bed. We also have some herbs. We have some thyme. We have some sage that's going to seed. The honeybees absolutely love the sage that's gone to seed. So we're just going to let that go to seed, save the seed from it, but also use that for some bee food. We've also had 2 hummingbirds come to this sage plant, and it's just been so cool to watch them. I tried to get a picture, but they move so fast that it's like not a chance. And then so you're also noticing with these tomato plants, why aren't they staked? That's because we actually have to wait for lumber prices to drop a little bit before we get our furring strips, because right now furring strips normally are $2.50 per furring strip, and they're actually $8.50 right now. Absolutely absurd. We just cannot afford the furring strips right now. So we're just waiting for lumber prices to drop, and I heard that they should be dropping within the next couple weeks. So I talked to my local lumber yard, and they should be coming down in price by about 40% in the next couple weeks. So we're just waiting for that to drop, because I cannot drop like $250 on furring strips. That's not going to happen. Because we also have this tomato bed over here, and so right now they look a little crazy, but that's just because I am not going to buy into that madness. That's insane to spend $850 for a 8-foot furring strip. That's wild. Check it out. Our garlic looks absolutely amazing. They're starting to form their scapes. Now, when they do start forming scapes, it's important to take them and break them so that the energy gets rerouted back to the bulb. So we're going to come in here and we're going to pull these scapes off. We can actually eat these. They taste a little bit like an onion mixed with an asparagus. It's just awesome. So we're going to grill those up and saute them up, and they're fantastic. Garlic scapes and potatoes is like one of my favorite meals to make. But yeah, so they're going to be ready to harvest in about 2 weeks' time. Looking at about the 4th of July for a harvest time. Coming over here, this is one of my favorite beds this year. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. The textures, the colors, the variations. It's just everything that I've loved about gardening all in one bed. We have some more zucchini down here, just going absolutely mind-blowingly crazy. Just look, I mean, like the golden zucchini this year, planted from MIgardener seeds, has just been out of this world. We planted these 2 lavender plants here from MIgardener seed as well. We started these from seed probably 2 years ago, I think, and they've just expanded and bloomed like crazy. This is the common English lavender. This is the Munstead lavender, and you can just see, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, it's just breathtaking when you come out here. The smell of lavender just moves through the air. The honeybees, obviously it's raining right now, but the honeybees come out here. It's just a buzz with honeybees, and it is incredible. But Mrs. MIgardener is going to take some cuttings from here, some flowers. She's going to make some lavender lemonade, and she's also going to make some homemade potpourri with some of these. But just absolutely stunning stuff. We also have our Swiss chard. Our Swiss chard is just going absolutely crazy this time of year. It's just gorgeous. These leaves are huge and lush and healthy and happy, loving life. We have over here some butternut squash. So we got to take these vines and move them that way. But the butternut squash is doing awesome. Coming over here, we have some more oregano. We're keeping this more contained than the other stuff, which helps. This is being contained. We have some more zucchini over here. Look at this zucchini. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. This one's ready to harvest. Look at that beautiful one. Look at that gorgeous zucchini right there. That is why you garden, folks. So I know dill is kind of a love-hate thing for a lot of people, but I absolutely love planting it. It's just so incredible, the smell as it drifts through the air, the wind blows it around. And the reason why we love fragrant herbs so much is because of the fact that it actually acts as natural pest repellent. Things like squash vine borers, things like aphids, potato beetles, these pests that seek out specific plants as their host. Squash plants, squash vine borers, tomato hornworm on tomatoes, potato beetles on potatoes, cabbage moths on your brassicas, things like cabbage and broccoli. They are attracted to a specific scent, and the more biodiversity you have in your garden in terms of herbs like basil, oregano, thyme, sage, dill, mint, things like that, it helps to mask the scent of those, and by intercropping and letting them grow up through your garden, you're going to be really, really effective at preventing those pests. So, good little tip for you guys. Over here we've got our cantaloupe planted. Now the cantaloupe are going to grow up our cattle panel trellis eventually. Our peas, I forgot to show you our peas. Look at our peas. These are the golden snap pea. These things are just stunning, stunning, stunning. They are beautiful, and they're so unbelievably sweet. By far one of our favorites right now. I also really fell in love with the spring blush pea. Just a gorgeous pea. But these are So beautiful. So we're gonna harvest these, throw them in the meal probably tonight. Coming over here, we've got some of our radishes that have gone to seed. I'm letting these go to seed for the seed pods now. A lot of you know that you can actually eat the seed pods. So we actually saute these up with a little bit of olive oil and sea salt, pop them in a searing hot cast iron pan, just get a wicked sear on them. And basically what they do is they soften up, but they keep some of that crunch, and it's almost like a spicy pea. So it's like a snap pea mixed with like the taste of radish, and maybe a little bit of broccoli even. And it's just wild how delicious these are. So we're getting a lot of those. You want to harvest them when they're young, just like this. Just like this. And these are beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So it's a good way to repurpose your radishes because the weather got so hot here that the stuff went to seed before we could really harvest it. The spinach did go to seed as well, as you can see, but the big but is that our lettuce is still thriving. With the shade cloth, we've been putting our shade cloth, it's over there right now, but when it gets hot out, I put the shade cloth over top like that video I did. Make sure to check out that video. And they are still thriving, you guys. We have never, I put a post up on Facebook, we have never ever gotten lettuce to last this long into the season before. We have over here our beans. This is our bean bed. Got some bush beans, and these are doing really great. They're starting to finally flower. So we're gonna get some bush beans really soon. We had a rabbit in here, and I'll show you that rabbit at the end of this video. He pops his head out every once in a while, and we don't mind letting the rabbit eat from here, because the thing is about our garden is that we try to live as symbiotically with nature as possible. You know, when you grow organically, you can only do so much to prevent the pests, and you know, yeah, we can put up chicken wire, and yeah, we can do those things, but in reality, they don't really eat that much. If you had a whole family and they were just decimating your garden, maybe. But you know, look at this. We have this whole garden to ourselves. This whole garden to ourselves. So to give a few plants to a hungry rabbit that just wants food as well, it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. Over here is our potato bed. Check out the potatoes. These are just absolutely beautiful this year. Loving the potato bed. I have not had a bed so lush in a couple years, because we really pumped the trifecta in here. We topped off the beds with tons of fresh compost. Just really have been honing our potato growing skills to maximize how much we're getting. And these just look good. I gotta be honest, these look good this year. Absolutely stunning. Just starting to flower. Just starting to get some flowers on the potatoes. So those are good. We got some mint here that's just really thriving and doing well. Surprise, surprise, we have some more oregano here from that. We have some oregano growing here, so that's kind of nice. But we also have lots of pears, you guys, lots of pears. These pears are just loaded up this year. We are gonna have so many pears that it's gonna be very, very nice. But we got lots of pears. I mean, just beautiful, absolutely stunning amounts of pears. So all the way up the tree too, all the way up the tree, we've got pears. Can't say a whole lot for apples, cherries, anything else, but the orchard's looking good. I mean, it's looking really, really good. And you know, we're still at least gonna get something from our orchard this year. These things are not even afraid of me at this point. They're just living under our shed. All right, so that's about all the time I have for you guys today. It's starting to really come down. It's starting to rain like crazy. So I gotta head inside. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you did, make sure to throw a like up there. Subscribe if you're not yet already. And we'll catch you all on Monday. I cannot wait to bring you guys along for that. All right, see you guys Monday. Bye.